Welcome back to Skyrim mod comparisons. So today I'll be focusing on mods that make it so that you can quickly change between loadouts. So the three mods are Loadout, Hotkey your gear, and Jaxonz Outfitter. It's an exciting video for me to do because I've never used any mods like this, so I'm looking forward to reviewing them. As always, at the end of the video I'll give my brief opinion on which mod I will decide to use. So the first mod I'll be looking at is Hotkey your gear. So when you install this mod, you're given a set of 8 rings. So what these rings allow you to do is save the weapons and gear that you have equipped to a certain ring. And this allows you to swap between loadouts rather quickly, and therefore let you change your combat style instantly. So say you need to fight someone long range, you can just switch to your gear, which gives you bonuses to archery, and shoot away with no problem. An awesome feature of this mod is the fact that you can add these rings to your favourites, and therefore you can hotkey them. And as you can imagine, this allows for even faster switching between different loadouts. So if you're prepared for a battle, or heading out on the town for the night, or impersonating Ulfric Stormcloak as you do, or maybe you're impersonating Sheogorath, or perhaps you're getting married, or then again you could be killing elves with magic, or you could become a maniac killer like Cicero, or just head to college. With this mod, you can do all of those things in quick succession. Being able to hotkey these gears is essential for this mod and makes it very, very useful indeed. Now you can also use this for your followers. So all you have to do is add it into your followers' inventory, and then you should see a gear gem gets added into their inventory. So now every time you use the ring that you added to their inventory initially, they will do the same. They will use the loadout that they had when you gave them the gear gem. So anyway, that's it for this mod. Now on to the next. So the next mod I'll be looking at is Loadout. Now this mod provides all the same features as the previous mod, except it handles the way you select the gear differently. So from the start when you install it, you'll notice that your favourites are no longer working on the hotkeys. Now this is because the mod overrides them and makes it so that all of your favourites are now those numbered hotkeys. Of course, you can still use it as a usual favourites menu and only have one item. The only problem is you can't put health potions and other things onto your favourites bar anymore. So with this mod, you have 10 hotkeys. So on your keyboard you go from 1 to 9 and then of course 0. This allows you to extend your roleplay even more. So as you can see here, I am running into Riverwood in my combat gear. Well, we can't be having any of that now, can we? Quickly changed to my noble outfit, and now the townspeople will look up to me like a god. This does make the game more enjoyable and more immersive. If you think about it, if you're stopping in the town for a visit, you would not be dressed in full combat gear, lugging it around everywhere. But then again, you can't change your clothes that fast, but whatever, it's a game. So once you've selected your loadout, you want to set a hotkey. All you need to do this is hold the control key and then press your desired number. You get a little message that pops up to tell you you've successfully added it to your hotkey list. Now another cool thing about this is the fact that you can just leave all your spells and shouts on the favourites list and no longer have to have weapons on there. Even if you don't change your armour or clothes often, you can still switch to 10 different weapons instead of 8, and therefore not have such a clogged up favourites menu. You can easily see where your potions and spells are without much trouble. There is no companion support for this mod, but to be honest, I don't miss it too much. I don't think I'd really use it much anyway. That's it for this mod. Now we're on to the final one. So the final mod is called Jaxonz Outfitter. This mod is entirely different from the other ones, using a unique method for selecting your gear. So to start using this mod, you need to head to Whiterun, and you need to head to everyone's favourite shopkeeper, Bellathor. Now he should have a book called the Outfitter's Guide, and when you first open it, you're given a massive readme. But all of the information is very useful, and you should probably read it if you are going to install this mod. So once you've finished reading it and you reopen the book, you're given your options for hotkeying your gear and other things. So basically, once you're wearing the right gear, you select Save Outfit, and then you can choose a label. It doesn't matter if they're not exactly what the label says, they're just there for organisation purposes. And to hotkey it, you hold down the button you want to use as your hotkey. You don't have to use numbers for this, you can use any button on your keyboard, and then you select it, and make sure you're holding the key, not just tapping it. Now the transition between changing your gear is quite slow. You have to hold the button and or press it a few times. But don't worry, this is mainly because the mod author has set it so that it will only scan for keys on a certain interval. But if you've got a more powerful system and you want it to scan all the time, then you can do that by going into the settings. I didn't have any performance hit, so I don't think it's much of a problem for low to mid-range PCs. And unlike Loadout, you can still use all of your favourites. The hotkeys will still work even if you've set the hotkey for your outfit to a key that's in the favourites menu. The mod also includes layering, and what this prevents is that if you have a hotkeyed gear set to only a hood, for example, then rather being stripped of your clothes and left with only a hood, the hood will be put on top of the gear you're currently wearing. This is basically how the favourites in the vanilla game work, apart from you can set it for multiple items. One of my favourite features is the fact that shouts are remembered. Now I may use this just as a shout hotkey system. It'd be incredibly useful for me as I do not like jumping between shouts and I don't like putting them on the standard hotkeys. Okay, so that's it for the final mod. So now on to my conclusion. Now my favourite mod out of 3 was Jaxonz Outfitter. The main reason of this is because it doesn't interfere with my other favourites and other things like the other mods do. I rely heavily on spamming the button to give me health potions on the hotkey when playing the game, so it's very, very bad for me to lose my hotkeys. And plus I don't usually carry around that much gear with me, so I don't think I'd need 10 outfits to swap to all the time. But if you are the kind of person who likes to carry around lots of outfits and use lots of different combat styles, Loadout may be the mod that you want to use. Now this first mod, Hotkey Your Gear, again isn't for me because I don't like having a clogged up inventory with 8 separate things in there, but some people do not mind having that, and the rings are a very, very nice feature. It helps you keep track of what gear you have a lot easier, and is all around more convenient. But once again, Jaxonz Outfitter is my favourite, just because I love the idea of being able to use a book, and I think using a book is a very cool feature and makes it a lot more immersive for me. And I'll be using the mod mainly just for shouts, but also I think I'll start carrying around some town clothes for when I go into taverns and other things. But if you do like to change your gear very quickly and responsively, this may not be the mod for you, as it does take quite a while sometimes for the gear to change. Don't know whether that's just my system, but you'll have to try it out yourself, I guess. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the mods as well. And of course, let me know what mod was your favourite and which one you decided to use, or whether you just decided not to use any of them at all. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in another episode of Skyrim Mod Comparisons.